really funny was to walk into the theaters and sit down and the movie starts and it's all in Spanish. Hey, it's Zadie and you're watching Flytte Kartina. Today we're going to be talking about Dora and the Lost City of Gold. This is a movie review of Dora and the Lost City of Gold, so there are no spoilers whatsoever in this review. I'm going to go over the rating of the film and how it was rated that way and why it was rated that way. Then I'm going to rate it myself with my own rating systems, and then I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I did not like about the movie without spoiling anything at all. So Dora and the Lost City of Gold is directed by James Bobbin. It stars Isabella Moner, and it also stars Michael Pena and Benicio del Toro in the ensemble cast. This movie is about Dora and her journey from the jungle into the city and then back to the jungle again. It presents itself as a coming-of-age film, sort of, but at the same time it's an adventure film and kind of a heist movie, almost. This movie was rated PG for action and some impolite humor. This is going to be pretty short because it's rated PG, but I'm going to break down that rating and actually, dissect it and tell you what the meaning of all of this was. So the action is definitely there. This is a kids movie. It's definitely meant for kids. You can tell that the director wanted this movie to be tailored towards kids because of how the humor is and then also how the action sequences are filmed. Nothing is actually dangerous. There's even a scene from the movie that's revealed in one of the trailers that kind of just gives away one of the most, scary moments probably in the entire film. Almost nothing in the action section of this rating is life-threatening. Since this movie's target audience is kids, every situation that has action involved, that Dora's gonna get out of in some way or form. It's not life-threatening, and you know that she's not going to get seriously injured at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there is actually no blood involved in this movie at all. The impolite humor is there. It's mostly kids' jokes. When we're talking about impolite humor, we are not talking about innuendos and inappropriate humor. We're talking about impolite humor that's basically kid humor, which is poop jokes and fart jokes. So I'm gonna pull up the frequency chart and rate this movie on a frequency of 1 to 10 on how frequent these elements were in the movie, and I'm gonna say it's probably like a 4. It's just below average just because of the action. This is kind of an action movie meant for kids, so the action is just kind of there a lot. So it's a 4 on my frequency chart. Lastly, for this first part of the video, I'm going to pull out my magical scale of movies and rate this movie on a scale of Steamboat Willie to Deadpool on how appropriate this movie is for younger audiences. I'm going to say this is a pretty solid 2, which is Incredibles. Basically, it's a kids movie, and that's it, and with some action involved because it's Dora and she swings on vines. So what I liked about this movie and what I didn't like about this movie are two very different things. But what I liked about this movie is that they knew that their target audience was children, and maybe the parents were probably an option in the target audience box. And a lot of the humor and camera angles and the acting was tailored towards children and what they would think of seeing Dora in a live action movie. The first scene basically sets the tone for the rest of the movie and just kind of sends you into this, oh, I'm a child, they're treating me like a child. I laughed at some of the jokes. Michael Pena does a great job at carrying most of the humor meant for adults in this situation, and his partner Eva Longoria does an amazing job adding to his humor by being another voice in the matter. Seeing Michael Pena in any movie whatsoever is really fun to watch because I loved his role in Martian and I also liked his role in Ant-Man. This movie is definitely really good for kids and for what they're looking for in a movie with starring their favorite cartoon character. What I didn't like about this movie is that it's basically a ripoff of Indiana Jones. The acting of this movie was less than great. It's basically your D-list actors who you're just like, you look like you could fit this role, so we're just going to choose you because we need to get to filming now. I will say that Isabella Moner did a great job doing her role. You could tell she was completely dedicated to the character and portraying this completely boundless optimism and energy. She had so much energy. I don't know how or where she got it from. I guess she's the kid from Transformers: The Last Knight, which I did not see. The CGI in this movie is not great. You can tell it was probably a rush job or something. I don't know. Or they developed it for something. I don't know what style of CGI they were going for. This is probably the worst CGI I've seen since Jumanji with Robin Williams. The acting was stereotypical, the plot wasn't that great, it was super easy to follow and you could tell they were ripping off other things and they were doing winks and nods, but the winks and nods were actually plagiarism. Anyways, lastly, I'm going to tell you whether you should buy this movie, rent it, or see it in theaters, and I would say to rent it. Like, do a Redbox and rent it for like $2 and be done with it after one sitting. You don't have to watch this as a person. As a young adult, I would never watch this except to laugh at it. So question for this video is, would you rather have Boots or Baby Jaguar? Let me know in the comments down below. So before you guys go all the way down to the comment section to leave your answer for the question that I just asked you guys, will you help me out, help this channel out, and help this video out by liking this video, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and then ringing that bell so that you are one of the first people to know when I post a video next. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great random Thursday. I will see you on the other side of the screen. Bye!